Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Uncle Frank, and I am not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, a spectacular military success. Trump says bully Iran's nuclear facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. There had been great uncertainty whether America's 30,000-pound GPU-57 massive ordnance penetrator bombs were capable of penetrating the mountain under which Iran's Fordo nuclear enrichment facility is buried. Going all out, 6 B-2 bombers dropped a full dozen of the enormous bunker busters on the site, a U.S. official told the New York Times. It's the first time the bombs have been used in warfare. The jets flew nonstop for roughly 37 hours with multiple refuelings en route. Trump claimed Iran's nuclear facilities have been completely and totally obliterated, but the jury's still out. We won't know for sure until the morning what was taken out, but our belief is that we took out everything we wanted to, a senior U.S. official told the Journal. There has been no increase in radiation resulting from American attacks on the 3 nuclear sites, according to Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, the Saudi Nuclear and Radiological Regulatory Authority, and the International Atomic Energy Agency. A reassurance that has some people wondering about the strike's efficacy, particularly at Fordow. An Iranian legislator who represents a city near the Fordow Enrichment Center said, contrary to the claims of the lying president of the United States, the Fordow nuclear installation has not been seriously damaged. Most of the affected areas were above ground and can be fully restored. Buoyed by Trump being drawn into the country's war on Iran, the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange benchmark TA-125 index leapt 1.6% to a record high, following a gain of 6% over 5 sessions last week. Additional satellite images showed damage on the mountainside at Iran's underground Fordo nuclear site after U.S. airstrikes targeted the facility. The images by Maxar show at least 6 holes on the mountain where the massive 30,000-pound GPU-57 bombs dropped from B-2 stealth bombers impacted. The bunker buster bomb is believed to be able to penetrate about 200 feet or 61 meters below the surface before exploding. I was wondering how long it would take before we heard from Russia and or China. What did they get out of this whole deal? Didn't take long at all. Putin says all of Ukraine is ours in theory. You see, Iran is a close ally of Russia's. If we're going to bomb their ally, they're either going to help them out or let it happen. If they decide to let it happen, then they're going to want something in return. You see how that works? Remember when Trump cut off support for Ukraine? That was your first hint that a deal has been made. It doesn't matter, okay, what your politics are. What matters is that you see the footsteps. You see, guys, what are the intellectuals talking about on Sunday morning? The New York Times and NPR. They're trying to gauge the consequences of our actions. Iran's allies are not offering support in its conflict with Israel. This is just 2 hours ago. Iran's relationship with Russia and China could come into play after U.S. strikes. What they want to know is, will there be a military response? Will this spill over into tariff negotiations with China? As U.S. enters Israel-Iran conflict, are China's Middle East interests at risk? Escalating tensions could threaten Chinese investment in region and delay trade war negotiations, analysts say. Guys, I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen next, but I can tell you that everything you're seeing has been pre-negotiated. There are always contingencies and unexpected events that can emerge, but you are watching a scripted event unfold. The people pulling the strings are following a playbook, and the only people that will be surprised are us. Anyway, Wall Street has plenty to look forward to next week with a busy economic and Fed Reserve calendar and some major names on the earnings docket. Investors will be keeping a close eye on the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran and the impact of the U.S. striking 3 nuclear sites in Iran. In terms of economic data, the spotlight will be on the May reading for the core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, widely seen as the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. The government will also publish the third estimate of U.S. Q1 GDP growth. Eyes will be on Jay Powell on Tuesday and Wednesday, with the Fed chair scheduled to give his semi-annual monetary policy report to the U.S. House and Senate, respectively, looking at quarterly earnings. Parcel delivery giant FedEx, memory chip maker Micron Tech, and the world's largest shoe company Nike are scheduled to report results. Also in focus will be the results of the Fed's annual bank stress test, or the evaluation of a lender's ability to weather crises such as a financial crash or a recession. Okay, we covered geopolitical, we covered economic events. Now let's turn to the market from Tom Busby with news breaking that the U.S. has launched strikes in Iran. The market outlook for this week just shifted dramatically. Whether you're actively trading or just watching from the sidelines, here are 5 key things I believe every trader should be tracking right now. Number 1, crude oil's reaction to the strikes. Middle East tensions almost always mean one thing: a spike in oil. Watch for a potential gap higher in crude futures Sunday night and keep an eye on XLE, XOM, and CVX. Energy could lead the way early this week. Number 2, gold as a fear gauge. Gold has already been on the rise, and this news could give it another leg up. If GLD starts to accelerate, it's not just about inflation. It's about global uncertainty. Pay close attention to gold miners too. Number 3, defense stocks on watch. Raytheon, RTX, Lockheed Martin, MLT, and Northrop Grumman, NOC, could all get bid up if geopolitical risk remains front and center. These tickers often move fast in moments like this. Number 4, risk on or risk off. Monday's open will tell. How the market opens Monday, especially the first 30 minutes, could reveal everything. Are traders dumping risk and fleeing to safety, or will they shrug it off and buy the dip? Watch SPY and QQQ for early clues. And then finally, number 5, tech's response at key levels. Big tech has been leading the charge, but now we'll see whether Apple, Nvidia, and friends have the strength to hold up in the face of macro headlines. If they break key support, this could turn into a much bigger rotation. This could be an interesting Sunday night. From 1 hour ago, Iran orders closure of Strait of Hormuz, putting 1/5 of the world's oil supply at risk. Iran's parliament has voted to close the strait, the vital shipping channel through which around 20% of the world's daily oil flows. The move, which could block 1 billion in oil shipments per day, is likely to send oil prices soaring. It will come into effect pending a final decision by Iran's Supreme Council. The financial media is active concerning XRP on Sunday. XRP crashed to $2 after U.S. military strikes Iran. XRP price to crash 25%. Experts warn of a possible 155 test. XRP news today. XRP falls on speculation of U.S. seizure and court silence. The key points: XRP fell 2.67%. Amid speculation the U.S. may seize Ripple's escrowed XRP for national reserves. Legal uncertainty deepens as XRP waits on Judge Torres's ruling on the SEC Ripple settlement motion. XRP's fall from $2.57 to $1.99 reflects investor anxiety over the unresolved court motion and ETF risks, but there's more. Uncle Frank's crypto portfolio is taking it on the chin on Sunday morning about 10:30 a.m. Central. Over the past 24 hours, XDC is down 5.45%. XRP down 7.68% at $1.95. HBAR losing 8.47%. Flare down 9.57%. And the ZBEC network losing 14.36%. However, over the past hour, I am starting to see some green. And breaking, Bitcoin falls 4% to 99,237, under 100,000 at the time of this recording, 10:54 Central. I've got 99,268. Try to remember, this isn't real news. This is a narrative. This is exactly what they want you to know, what they want you to think. Investors set to head for safety as world awaits Iran's response. Oil to open higher as U.S. strikes on Iran boosts supply risk premium. Satellite images undermine Trump claim atomic sites destroyed. Well, I'm ready. Do your worst. Put my favorite stock on sale. I'm liquid. I dare you. I double dare you. Archer Aviation is linking up with the FAA in a victory for EV tolls. Archer is gaining on news that it is coordinating with the US FAA and DOT to harmonize EV toll rollouts in multiple nations. The statement at the Paris Air Show unveils a worldwide coalition with the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada collaborating to establish a single worldwide certification regimen. The coalition was touted by Archer CEO as a step towards bringing our Midnight aircraft to skies around the world. That's the play. This breakthrough reflects its efforts to introduce electric aircraft to commercial airspace. Also, recently supported by a U.S. executive order in favor of eVTOL testing and pilots. Number 2, Archer partners with JetX to integrate global infrastructure portfolio into air taxi network. The companies will work together to design the passenger experience, deploy charging infrastructure, and integrate Archer's Midnight aircraft into daily operations across JetX's international portfolio of 40 private aircraft terminals in more than 30 countries. Are you hearing any bad news here? This strategic alliance builds on Archer's growing infrastructure network and partnerships with other leaders in the industry, establishing a vertiport network that can support the growth of Archer's air taxi operations globally. Number 3, Archer expands eVTOL Launch Edition program to Indonesia. Archer this week expanded its network of so-called Launch Edition customers for its 4-passenger Midnight eVTOL air taxi through an agreement with Indonesian conglomerate IKN. The $250 million deal announced on Monday at the Paris Air Show includes a provisional sales agreement covering up to 50 Midnight aircraft. Yeah, if you took a look at the stock price, it's as if Archer didn't even attend the Paris Air Show. But that's fine. What's that now? $6.25 billion order book for a company that's been trading about 43, 44 months? Stay tuned. All right, what to watch for this week, Monday, June 23rd, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, S&P Flash U.S. Services and Manufacturing PMI. At 10 a.m., existing home sales. Tuesday, the 24th, be watching for consumer confidence at 10 a.m. And then Fed Chair Jay Powell will testify before the House Financial Service Committee. Nothing on Wednesday except new home sales at 10, but Thursday, advanced U.S. trade balance in goods, advanced retail inventories, wholesale inventories, initial jobless claims, durable goods orders, GDP second revision, all at 8:30 in the morning, and then at 10, pending home sales. For this week, it's all about war, oil, and Friday, June 27th, all at 8:30 a.m., personal income and spending, and then the entire PCE index group of data drops, followed by a final consumer sentiment reading at 10 a.m. Friday's the big day for economic releases. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.